So, greetings ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, dislikers, likers, there's new subscribers, old subscribers, just generally anybody who still watches these videos. Welcome back, and I know this is a different video than normal, and I know I probably look horrendous on camera, but I'm bringing you a video for a bit of news coming from the Northern Ireland bike scene, and I don't know whether this is a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. I really don't. It has been recently announced that a company called, I'm reading this off my phone, where is it? 360 Events? 360 Events are going to be running the Northern Ireland Motorcycle Plus show in 2023 on the dates of the 4th and 5th of February. Now, this is literally news that has come out 2 days ago, and well, you all know my views on the motorcycle show. I've been to Edinburgh, I've been to the NEC bike show, I'll be going back to the NEC this year, and they're touting big stars such as Jonathan Ray, and probably more coming to date, but it's still going to be cheaper to probably go to all the dealerships in a couple of days rather than go and pay £15, which is, I am guessing, going to be the price in. So £15 in to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dealerships, plus you got the likes of small dealerships like GS, you've got MB14 that'll probably be there. I'll probably be there too for it with them, showing the support. But I don't believe that it's going to be good. I want to believe that it's good. Trust me when I say this. I want to believe that. But I am 100% convinced that this is going to be the same thing as every year. I put it out in TikTok and people are like, oh yeah, oh it'd be great. Now I get it, there is a social element to the bike show, there is meeting up with your friends. It is February, so summer bikers might have to wash their bike before they come out, and again, when you pay your money, you get a program, and you walk in the door and you've got all the big dealerships. Now I'm just going on what the last couple of shows are like. You've got all the big dealerships, and then they literally shove all the trade stands down into the back, and then they use a tiny little square to have I think there was a stunt bike last time, there was Michael Dunlop in a rally car, which I get it, it's Michael Dunlop, but in a rally car. But I do believe it. I went and met people there at the last one. I walked around, had a chat with people. But now I drive to Edinburgh, or ride to Edinburgh. I'll fly to the NEC. Yes, it's going to cost me more money. I know, I can hear people shouting that. But it's better. The one in Edinburgh, although the one in Edinburgh, I will say, is more like the one in Northern Ireland, but bigger. The Edinburgh one is spread over 1, 2, 3 or 4 different big areas, and then have a whole big outdoor thing, and it's like Northern Ireland needs to grow. It's going to be the same dealership, so it's going to be Charleshurst, Philip Moneybag McCallum, fucking Motorsport, fucking, you'll have like the GS down in the back, you'll have MB14, you'll have Armoy Road Races. All the small trade stands will be there, and I love going to those trade stands. But having to filter through basically the Boucher Road showrooms, and I know not all of them are on the Boucher Road, but having to filter through the big showrooms to get to that is it's a stupid tactic. It is really stupid. Personally, what I would love to see from this event is them totally flip it on its head, do something new. And by do something new, I want to see all the trade stands at the front. So you pay your money. If they do have the trade stands in the front and I find it, I will pay my money, and I will go around every single one of those trade stands. But they have to have them at the front. We know, everybody knows they're going to go to Moneybags, McCallum, Charles Hurst, BMW Motorrad, Coleraine Motorsport, I mean, all the big dealerships. So have them at the back. You know, give them the big ass space that they clearly pay for at the back. Put all. How could you? I'm brainwaving this, and one of my good friends on Instagram and TikTok, Niall, I think it's Niall, but if it's not, I'll correct it. He'll probably watch this and correct me. Put all the trade stands at the front. Charge them all the same price for a standardised sized bit. If you want bigger, you get moved to the middle. Once you pay your fee to get your stand in, you are given a ticket. A ballot ticket. A ballot ticket. Put one ballot in the hand of the person who bought it for the whatever trade stand it is, and put the ballot in the box. And then go and hand pick for each section, live on Facebook as a publicity thing. Pick out the numbers and allocate the slot. So it's random and it's fair. To me personally, the bike show over the past few years that I've gone, it is not fair that you walk in, you've got Belfast Harley, you've got Phil McCallum's, Charles Hurst, and they all boast like 3 or 4 brands. So what's, just for example, what's GS meant to do? They meant to huddle into the corner and sort of bring 7 or 8, maybe 10 bikes of all different. And then you have like a Brat Moto, who probably wouldn't be in an event like that anyway, but if he was, to have a hand selection of say 4 bikes. And have a sponsor, and this is the key, have a sponsor that actually has something to do with motorcycling. For years, the Northwest 200 has been sponsored by Vauxhall, taxi companies, and that's the main title sponsor. I know motorcycle industry in this country doesn't have the money because it's all in the dealerships, but having it have a main sponsor of say a motorbike insurer that everybody likes, have maybe a collection of main event sponsors. You know, I'm really passionate about this because I really want it to work. I really do want this to work, but at the end of the day, I can see how it's all going to lay out. I can see the people who are going to go to it, and I can almost see the people, if they watch this and this gets any sort of movement, I'd know the people that are going to comment on this. Oh, I go to meet my friends. But that's fine. I'm not talking about that. That's the grassroots. But treat the small businesses, the small trade stands, as if they are the main event. And then treat the dealerships, who will obviously have the money, like you normally do. Give them the big space, but just put it to the back. And use the whole ground. It's at the Ercon or Erkin or whatever. It's at the Balmoral, not Balmoral, Maze site. It's a huge site. Use it. Have the air ambulance have their helicopter sitting. Have this, have in that zone over there, all sorts. Just use the space. By God, I think half the years I went before it ended, it was half empty. And if the pictures that I've seen from the Comic-Con that was held at the Aircon, that was embarrassing. But I want to see a Northern Ireland show worth the money to go. And if I feel like we're not going to get it, I just from experience, I know it's a new company, this 360 events. I know it's a new company running it, and they have the support of the last person that run it. But it's all going to wind down to the same crock of positive. I'm trying to be positive, but it's going to end up like normal. It's going to end up dreary. You're going to end up with Charles Hurst with 3 stands because they'll have their tire stand. You'll end up with Phil McCallum with his 4 different brands of 20 odd bikes each. Don't tell them what bikes you're going to have there. Leave it as a surprise. Have a massive Facebook, TikTok, Instagram campaign about the show. Get posters out. Advertise it, not just in the bike community, but all over the show. It needs to be an event that bikers in Northern Ireland can be proud of. And sadly, I don't think it will be. There will be ones that say they'll be proud of it, but they're normally away to the auto jumble. But, I mean, put the auto jumble at the front. Put in a one-way system so you have to follow it. You know, it's all... Let me know in the comments what you would want to see at the Northern Ireland Bike Show. Northern Ireland Plus, or Motorcycle Plus show. Because, as I've said, I have a funny feeling it's going to end up like it always does. The same thing, the same people, and the same interviews, where the small businesses basically get forgotten. You know, it's a shame, but that's breathe. That's why I think the NEC spoils people, is because the NEC is like, what, 4 massive warehouses filled with stuff to do. You can go ride a bike over there, over like mud tracks and stuff. You can go over there and ride a bike out in a test ride. What do you get in Northern Ireland? A very expensive warehouse that's empty, half full and dreary, because they've already told you what's coming. They've already shown you pictures of everything, and there's no excitement, there's no build-up. Everybody just turns up because it's an obligated motorcycle thing to do in Northern Ireland, and half the time they all come up in cars. You know, I think twice I went up on the bike, and twice there was barely any places to go, anything to do. It's just insane. I really want to see more trade stands, more show, smaller businesses, smaller showrooms, smaller dealers. You have Davies Bikes, you've got GS, you've got, obviously you have Davies Bikes, GS, fucking what's it called? Oh, the one in Craig Avenue, Mora. You know, there's loads of small and middle-sized dealers who could benefit from a show. Charles Hurst, Phil McCallum, and all the big ones, they benefit from having massive inventories, massive, you know, backing. And these smaller guys thrive on word of mouth, but we shove them to the back of the show. And another thing, I can almost hear it in my head. Phil McCallum up on a stage talking about the bloody Northwest when he did it. Oh, you know, boys, when I did the Northwest, it was a lot harder. Nobody cares. Promote the new people, the new businesses, the new teams, the new riders. Just support everything that's new. Stop just living with the same old recipe. It didn't work. Well, financially it probably did work, but then there was rumours that I heard that probably rang true. But break out of the box, make the show something that we can be proud of in Northern Ireland. It's unreal that if you want to go to a decent bike show these days, you have Edinburgh, you have the NEC, and if you so want to, you can go across the border down to the Dublin Bike Show, which is probably a hell of a lot better than the one we had for years. And it's embarrassing. But as I say, let me know in the comments if you're a biker from Northern Ireland. Let me know. Like, I am not being the white knight of the biking community, but I want to know. I want to do something. But I know I can't, because I'm just me. I just like shouting and telling people how it is. But let me know in the comments down below what you would love to see in Northern Ireland for their bike show. And if anybody in England is free that weekend, come on over. Hopefully it's not an embarrassment and we won't have to distract you by getting you drunk or something. But let's get this conversation started. We have what? It's September now. We have October, November, December, January. So you basically 4 months, 5 months at a stretch. I'm invested in this. I want to know what is happening at the show, and I'm going to be doing updates on this channel as they come out. I've followed every known social platform for it, and let's hope that this is a better show. As always, as I've said, like, comment, and if you haven't already, subscribe. I am getting them out. I have got stuff organised. I am lit. After that holiday, I am ready. Don't forget, keep it lit. And if you can't keep it lit, change what you're doing.
Incoming!